Alright, welcome back once again. Now we're going to talk about the tuple. Remember the last class we spoke about the lists, and I actually left in the documentation of each of them so that it's easier for us to understand it and memorize it on along, so we don't end up forgetting the difference between a list, between a tuple, between a set, and between a dictionary. So let's us go into today's class. We are more focused on tuple. So a tuple. So let's see how do we identify a tuple. All right, a tuple also is one of the 4 inbuilt data types in Python used to store collection of data, with the other 3 known as the list, the set, and the dictionary. Okay, which all having a different quality and usage. So a tuple is a collection that is ordered unchangeable. So and then tuple are all written in a coily in a round bracket. They are written in a round bracket. Sorry, I keep on making mistakes of coily and round. So sorry. So it means tuple are written in a round bracket. Okay, so let's look at some example sharply. All right. So now, so I said this tuple. This tuple is equals to, so I'll put it in a round bracket. So I have in my apple, I have in my banana, I have in my cherry. So then I'll print it out, this tuple. So I'm going to clear in everything I've done in the last class away. So then I would run in my device, and you see it. So you see this is a tuple. This is a tuple. So you mentioned tuples are ordered, they are changeable, and they allow for duplicate value. So now tuple items are indexed, and I mentioned that indexed means we have the first one appearing to be not 1 but 0 in terms of index. The next one is 1, and the next one is 2. So that is meaning of it to be called indexed. So that means now for apple inside of tuple represents what's the index of 0, and banana represents the index of 1, and cherry represents the index of 2. Yes, so that's the difference. So now let's do something. So now let's talk about ordered. When you mean a tuple ordered, what do we mean? So in a tuple being ordered, it means when we say that tuples are ordered, it means that the item have a defined order. It has a defined order, and that order will not change. Now, what do we mean by unchangeable? Unchangeable means means that we cannot change, we cannot add, we cannot remove the items after the tuple has been created. Once the tuple has been created, we cannot remove the items. You cannot remove the values is representing the items, either item or value. You can call it. You can't remove it. You can't change it. You can't add to it. All right. Okay. So the next now is it allows for duplication. I know we mentioned some of this earlier on in the last class. So it allows for duplication. So that means tuples, since tuples are indexed, and they have values with what is items with the same value. So yeah, so you can't also allow for duplicate members. And let's show you an example of this. Let's see if this actually is possible. So I'm going to have in my, or the same here, I want to create a new one. So what I'll do here, I will just come over here, and I would say cherry, say apple, and let's see what happens here. So I'm going to clear it, everything that's here, and let's run it again. So you see, it allows for duplicate, so it calls it out, or the value out. So yeah, so that's what it means for it to be to allow for duplication, to duplication of values. All right, okay, so now let's check the length of our tuple. So that's simple. Put in my length, the length inbuilt function. So let's check the length of our tuple. So let's say our tuple is what is 5. Let's say our tuple what is 5. Alright. Then also we can actually create a tuple with one item. So to create a tuple with another items, you have to add a comma after the item, otherwise Python will not recognize that this is a tuple. So how do we mean by this? So if we say this tuple 2 is equals to, I put in my round bracket, so I'll say an apple. So what I was explaining earlier on is that for this to be recognized as a tuple, like this can't be recognized as a tuple. For it to be recognized as a tuple, I have to put a comma at the end of it for it to not be recognized as a tuple. So now that is how to create a tuple with only one item. So if I print this, so it's gonna work. I'll call this my single item tuple equals, okay, so I'm going to run it, and here we have it. So it's my apple. So if I do the same thing, I'll duplicate this and I'll put it here. So I said not tuple. So I want to see how it is not a tuple. So I'm at the back of it. Now print it out and let's see what we have. So that's actually shows not a tuple at all. Okay, not a tuple, not a tuple. So once I do that, I'll run it. So you see, not a tuple. So you see, it's not a tuple. Doesn't mention the value without the bracket. So you see, that's the difference. Okay, so yep. So tuple actually allows also for any data type. It allows for also any data type. It allows for the string. It allows for the integer. It allows for the boolean. So so we have I shown earlier the strings. So I want to show you an example of like now of the integer. So we have it 2590. Okay, then you have the top three. So it's advisable that you are actually coding it alongside with me, so you are learning it faster and it's easier for you to understand. So the first, the true, so it allows for that too. So if I print it, you see that there won't be any issue whatsoever. So I say print tuple 2, print tuple 3. So I want to clear everything I have here. So let's see. I don't want this to print out, and this either, and this also, and this. So let's clear the screen and let's run it again. So you see it's running properly. So yep, so you see it can contain any data type, and also you can contain different data types, just like we did for the list. So our tuple 4 can have the apple, 3 true, 39 male. So see, tuple can actually allow for this too. So if I print tuple 4 too, we'll see that's gonna work. Tuple 4, print it, then what? Run it. See, it's working. So let's see our data type of a tuple. So let's just use tuple 4 for example. Let's print the data type. So to do that is simple. We just type the type function to run that, and then once you know that, you would see it. So you see it was of a class what? Tuple. So that's correct. Okay, so next thing, let's do tuple construction. We measure tuple, you measure construction the next time. So tuple construction is the same thing with this. We would have to use a tuple, the curly bracket 2 at the same instance as we use for the list. So that is for the construction. So let's just run something. I'm going to clear my screen now. Let's run a tuple construction. So I say this tuple construct constructor, so no construction. So I have a tuple, then you have a tuple inside the brackets, curly brackets, then you have a apple, or a male, or 2. So then I'll print it, print this tuple. So no, this tuple const yeah. So here we have it. So you see it's printed out. So let me, so it doesn't affect make us confused. I would just comment out the other ones, clear the screen, so only one is showing. So I will run it and then fine, voila. So this here we have it already. Okay, all right, so that's all for tuple. See you in the next class.